What's your problem?
Merton!
You're not gonna believe this, but my imaginary friend...
Hey, what's going on out there?
Tommy, someone's coming. You gotta get out of here. Go.
I realize it looks like I just punched my best friend in the stomach in a fit of jealous rage, but...
Can you try and be mature just once?
Oh. I guess that nixes my imaginary friend story.
Okay, my night with Lori was a disaster. But if there's anything I've learned from football, it's this. When you get sacked, you shake it off and make the next play. Lori,
Yes.
excuse me?
Yes, I want to go on a date with you. Just as long as it doesn't involve any fancy French restaurants or movies starring Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks in your plans.
I was thinking we could order in some,
Chinese food? Rent a couple of...
Jackie Chan movies. Think we're onto something here.
Well, sounds perfect. I'll see you tonight.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, yes. Tommy! About last night.
Yeah, what about last night? I thought you said you were cool with Lori and I.
I am cool. Cold, even.
Then what was up with the flying tackle?
Would you believe I'm protecting you from my psychopathic imaginary friend?
No. What I would believe is that you got jealous and you couldn't come out and say it, so you made up some lame story about an imaginary friend.
Yes, that would appear to be what I'm doing, but look.
Merton, I really like Lori, okay? And you're gonna have to learn to deal with that.
Why is it so hard to believe that my imaginary friend was trying to bludgeon you with a weapon from a board game? You can get back to me on that. Vince? Vince?
You've picked up some new toys since the last time I saw you. What is this thing?
Be careful. That's not a toy. It has a very sensitive... trigger. Oh. Look, Vince, about last night.
Oh, yeah! That was great, wasn't it? What a team! We really taught that guy a lesson.
That guy is my best friend.
Vince is your best friend.
No, Vince is a figment of my imagination who I haven't thought about in years. When I was a kid, you were there for me, and I appreciate that. But I'm not a kid anymore. What we had is over.
So you want to see other people?
Yes. No. Vince, I don't need you anymore.
Well, maybe Vince doesn't need you anymore.
Yes! Exactly!
Maybe you're just a worthless excuse for a friend.
Well, that seems a bit harsh.
Maybe Vince should get rid of you right now.
What? Actually, I'm not on board with you with that last one. I don't see what getting rid of me will accomplish. I mean, aside from the initial fleeting sense of satisfaction.
Well, it'll be just like old times, won't it, Merton, buddy? When we used to play hide and seek. Only this time, if Vince finds you, it's your turn to go into the chest for 10 years. You have 30 seconds.
You know, when you give in to vengefulness, the only one you hurt is you. And possibly me.
25 seconds.
This is ridiculous! I refuse to...
19!
It was nice of your brother to give us some privacy.
Yeah, right.
Saget, Stamos, and the Olsen twins. That is a full house.
No doubt about it. My first date with Lori was going great. The mood was perfect, the movie was awesome, and even my fortune cookie said that tonight was my lucky night. Nothing could ruin the moment.
Tommy! Lori!
Except that.
You gotta help me. My imaginary friend has turned psychotic, and now I'm caught in a twisted game of killer hide and seek.
Burn that shit.
No,
That's just about enough of you, man.
I'm in real danger. You gotta believe me. Look, as long as you know me, have I ever lied?
You told the cheerleader yesterday you were Matt Damon's brother.
But have I ever lied to you?
Yes, a bunch of times.
Okay, but look, Vince shot me with my own crossbow. If I'm lying, how do you explain this?
Moth hole.
Old shirt?
Got it on a nail?
Fine, I'll face Vince on my own. I was hoping to go quietly in my sleep, but death at the hands of an imaginary madman could be fun too.
Can you believe this?
Okay, that was sarcasm, people. Come on, help me. Help me. Please, I'm begging you on bended knee. Figuratively, of course. Hardwood floors, murder on the knees.
Okay, fine. But if you're lying, you're dead.
Tough but fair. Hey, come on! Hey, come on! Okay. Vince spent the last 10 years trapped in this toy chest, so logically, we should be able to trap him in here again. Of course, logically, he wouldn't exist in the first place.
Ready or not, here comes Vince! You can't hide, Merton. You created Vince, remember? Vince knows how you think.
There he is!
I don't see anyone.
It's because you don't believe in him. You have to believe in him to see him.
You know, I'm not buying any of this, okay?
Yeah, how about now?
Okay, I'm coming around.
If it's any consolation, I can see him too. Other kids have giant bunnies for imaginary friends. You have a green-haired psychopath.
Well, until today, he was more of a scallywag than a psychopath, but I see your point. Right, that's because Vince stands for Mr. Invincible. Did I forget to mention that? We should have also mentioned the optic laser beams. And the plasma bolts.
Hey, Vince, how about an imaginary kick in the ribs, you freak?
Hey, Merton, does you have any weaknesses you mind telling us about? Come on!
Well, he always did have a passion for the game Clue.
It's Vince in the cafeteria with the deadly plasma bolts.
See what I mean? Wait a minute. Hey, Vince! What do you say to one last game?
You know, Vince is always up for playtime, little buddy.
It's nice to have an imaginary friend. But you know what? It's better to have real ones.
What?
I don't believe in you anymore, Vince.
Playtime's over, Vince.
Nice move, Merton.
Yeah, I don't like to get rough, but, Merton Dingle can only be pushed so far. All right, I'm gonna get a padlock for that.
Now that's what I call a date. Come on.
Well, Vince wasn't Merton's imaginary friend anymore. But in all the confusion, we forgot to get rid of that toy chest. So, who knows? Maybe Vince is someone else's imaginary friend now.
What happened?
It's playtime.
As for me and Lori, I think I saw a few more dates in our future. And I was pretty sure Merton wouldn't be getting in the way anymore.
Tommy, Lori. I think the new janitor is an evil leprechaun. You gotta believe me. What? He's short? He's got that red hair?
Little days of Harley, Burley, Harley, Harley. You know,